understand the Heckscher-Ohlin theory, which is popularly called the Heckscher model. Now, it was developed by Heckscher in 1990 and Ohlin in 1933. Now, it explains the basis of international trade in terms of factor endowments. Now, according to classical theory of international trade, trade occurs because of difference in comparative cost. However, they fail to explain the causes of those differences. Now, this theory explains the causes of comparative cost differences. It also explains the trade patterns between countries having different specialities. Now, according to this theory, countries which are rich in capital should export more of capital goods, while countries which are rich in labor should export more of labor goods, is what is HO model in a nutshell. Now, let us explain how we have tried to explain the causes of comparative cost differences. Now, trade arises because of difference in prices. Now, why do these prices are different? Because of difference in cost of productions. And why this cost of production is different? Because of difference in factor endowments. Now, each country have different factor endowments. Now, by factor endowments, I mean some country are rich in capital, like some country have more of capital, while some country are rich in labor, like they have more of labor. So, if I say HO model in a nutshell, that would mean the country which have more of labor should produce and export more of labor goods, while countries which are rich in capital should produce and export more of capital goods, is what is HO model in a nutshell. We understand its assumptions, without which no model is complete. So let us start. It's a 2 into 2 into 2 model. That means 2 commodities, 2 countries, and 2 factors of productions. Here we have taken labor and capital. This factor of productions are immobile outside the country and they are mobile inside the country. Also, perfect competition exists in both factor and product market. Now, these factors of productions are identical in both the countries. Also, we have assumed that identical technology exists between both the countries. And also, there is absence of transportation. We understand testing the validity of HO model. Now, there are 2 theories that test the validity of HO model. The first and the foremost being the Leontief paradox, which is quite important. It's given by Dr. Vasily W. Leontief. Now, he empirically tested this HO model. So, let us understand the backdrop of this HO model, which is known as the Heckscher-Ohlin theory. Now, countries which are capital intensive should export more of capital goods, while countries which are labor intensive should export more of labor goods, is what is stated in HO model. However, this theory failed in US conditions, is what is propounded by Leontief in his paradox. Now, according to Leontief, US, being a capital abundant country, was actually exporting more of labor goods and importing capital goods, which is quite contrary to the HO model. So, he stated that this HO model is not valid. However, if we distinguish labor into skilled and unskilled, this HO model could be quite valid and practical. However, it is not practical under normal conditions, is what is stated by Leontief in his paradox. Another theory that tests the validity of HO model, and that's called the testing the factor content. Now, what is this factor content? Let us understand. When the factors of productions are traded indirectly with the trade in goods, this is what is known as factor content. Now, this factor content, it predicts the direction and volume of trade. Now, according to the HO model, a country should export if its factor share is more than its income share. Now, all this seems to be quite complicated. Let us simplify it with the help of an example. Now, let us assume there are 2 countries, A and B. A holds 30% of world's income and also 5% of world's labor. On the other hand, B is a country that holds 3% of world's income and 20% of world's labor. Now, according to this HO model, A should import large amounts of labor from country B, and country B should export more of labor to country A. But practically, actually, this doesn't occur, and this is what is known as the missing trade, which was explained by Daniel Treffler in 1995. Who explained by dropping the assumptions of identical technologies between countries, which was what assumed in the HO model. So, according to him as well, this HO model doesn't hold good in the practical life.